So today we are not talking about strikers, we are not talking about attacking midfielders or legendary defenders. We are talking about holding midfielders, those midfielders that could literally, hold their own in the middle of the park, support the defenders, and also help building attacks as well. When you're talking about two players that were at the very top of their game during their prime, none stands out than Yaya Toure and Patrick Vieira. Like these two players, they literally command that presence just when you mention their name. And to do a player comparison between these guys is actually very difficult, I must say. And even as an Arsenal fan, regardless of my loyalties, it's still a very tough one. But thankfully, we have Victor to answer the very difficult question to start with. So, who was the better player in your opinion, Victor, and why?
I always really look forward to these episodes because you usually pick very interesting comparisons, and this
Hmm.
one's this one's probably your toughest yet. Um, I know it's not going to be your favorite answer. I'm leaning towards Yaya Toure here. The thing is, they didn't exactly have the same profile, right? So
Yeah,
Toure was more box to box. Patrick Vieira was more defense
no,
oriented. So as far as game changing ability, I think Toure kind of edges this one out. Um, Also because as we all know, attacking minded players are going to rather catch the eye a bit more. If you look at defensive midfielders in general, like okay, sure, Rodri won the Ballon d'Or, right? But it's the exception, it's not the rule. Stuff like this usually goes for attackers or for attacking midfielders, for trequartistas, for the Del Pieros of the world in terms of position. So I think it's rather Toure for me. But I'll say this, if anybody tells me that Patrick Vieira was not a good player, they better be ready to back it up.
yeah, fair enough. And over to you, Max. Who do you think was more impactful for their club?
Yeah, actually, I think this is the criteria where Vieira goes over Toure because he played for a longer time and a bit more consistent, as for me at least, looking at stats at their play style. So probably, and he was the captain of the best period of Arsenal team. So it should be the point.
Okay, fair enough. And
Yeah,
Victor, yeah,
trophies
you agree
wise
with
as
that?
well, if you look at it. Yeah, trophies wise, if you look at it as well, I'm going with Vieira for impact as well. Um, I feel like he was in the top three at least in terms of importance in that Arsenal side at that time. Toure was important to City as well, and you can argue that they were still growing as a team at the time. But Vieira was his contributions were just more important and more successful.
Yeah, fair enough. So, Victor, who for you was more of a joy to watch on and off the ball?
Uh, on the ball, Toure. He was a bit flashier, so when it comes to the eye test, um, it's him playing further up the field and scoring goals. It's natural to notice him a little bit more and be impressed because he was impressive. If you're someone who enjoys rather the tactical aspects, though, Patrick Vieira was just as impressive to watch. I think his ability to screen the defense, to assess threats, the strength and the bravery in his challenges. I'm really having a hard time to pick one of them for this question. And as far as joy to watch is concerned, I think both of them were just fantastic, just from different points of view.
Yeah, fair enough. I think I can agree with that assessment too. And for you, Max, as a manager, who would you rather have in your team?
Yeah, so it depends what team I'm a coach of. Because if I need a destroyer midfielder, I'll probably go with Vieira. If I wanna go with more attacking probably or versatile player, I'll go with Yaya Toure.
Fair enough. Victor, you?
I'm not even looking at positions. Vieira 100%. I know earlier I picked Toure as the better player, and it just goes to show how good the players you are that the players you're picking are, for these comparisons, because I always ping pong between them. Um, I think Vieira has had more of an aura about him. He was the better leader. Not to say that Toure couldn't captain almost any side, but Vieira was just better. And as a manager, um, I look for people who can be my representative, my spokesperson on the pitch. Fire people up, calm them down as needed, based on passages of play. And I think Vieira was just more suited to that. It's also a bit of a subjective thing here because he, along with Bergkamp, were my favorites in those early 2000s Arsenal sides, not Henry,
Yeah,
or Pires. It was Vieira and Bergkamp.
fair enough. And on the final note, Victor, which player's quality is more suited for modern day football?
Okay, I'm going to show my bias here again. So, as I think has been established by now, I'm a Liverpool fan, and I think both would be amazing additions to any current side in the Prem. But if I look at things as a Liverpool fan and what my favorite team is lacking right now, I would be picking Vieira 100% of the times. He would be one of the first names on the on the team sheet. Um, I've also always viewed the number six as the most important position on the pitch. It makes or breaks a team, and Vieira is just legendary when it comes to that. He's in the same bracket as prime Claude Makelele.
Yeah, fair enough. I think I pretty much agree with you on that one. Max, who do you think is more suited for modern day football?
I mean, both, but if it goes to my current favorite team, Man United, we are lacking players like Yaya Toure that can go and play both sides. So I'd probably go with Toure.
Fair enough. And I actually like this particular episode because there are actually legit points for both players for any question, actually. So it actually depends on perspective. You can make a point for Yaya Toure, you can make a point for Vieira, and you would be right. It all depends on your perspective and how you want to look at it. But we can all agree that both of these players were superb during their primes, and it was a joy to watch both of them. But now we'll now leave our viewers to give us their comment in the comment section below. Who do you think was the better player in your opinion? And tell us why you think so.